What's up, boys? Scourge here. A little while ago, I was sitting in the movie theater next to my 100% real girlfriend, guzzling down my $12 beer and popping pretzel bites into my mouth like it's my job, enjoying the latest Marvel flick, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, when it suddenly hit me. This movie's fucking weird, dude. And it might have just been the edible I took beforehand, but I'm watching a tree guy and a robot girl and a psychotic man who calls himself Star-Lord try to save Sly Cooper from a Power Ranger without his mask on. Like, what? And it got me thinking, are blockbusters getting too weird? Now, first of all, I probably should say that I love these movies. Specifically the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, those are some of my favorites in the Marvel series. The recent Marvel series. I'm not trying to speak to the quality of the films, it's more about the concepts. It's just insane to me that this kind of movie can get a $250 million budget. And if you're going, Scourge, of course they're gonna give $250 million, it's the third in a franchise. Well, the first one had a budget of $232 million, and that was before Chris Pratt had anywhere near the star power he has now. He was just fresh off of Parks and Rec, and every time I ask someone if they've seen Parks and Rec, they say,
I think like I saw an episode in passing. Is that with the guy from Guardians?
Just watch Parks and Rec, okay? It's a good show. Anyway, it's not just comic book movies that are doing this, which are inherently already kind of weird. It's all of cinema. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Asteroid City. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Men. I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
The Beach That Makes You Old.
The Beach That Makes You Old.
All of these are wide-released movies that are absolutely fucking insane. We have multiverses, parallel realities, meta-references, absurd imagery with no explanation, movies within stage plays within people's minds. Like, what the fuck is going on? But what got me going down this water slide of a think piece recently was the first look at Harmony Korine's upcoming... It's just a couple of still images from the movie, but this infrared style will be through the entire film. If you don't already know, Harmony Korine has always been an eccentric and controversial director and writer. He was behind 2012 Spring Breakers, the absurd crime movie with Selena Gomez and James Franco. And he was also the writer of Kids, the 1995 drama about, kids. It also looks like he directed 2 David Blaine Magic specials. I don't really have a joke about that. It's just, it's pretty cool. But yes, the entire movie was shot in infrared. So everything you're seeing here is genuine infrared heat vision. It's not a filter. I mean, I'm sure they had to put some kind of filter or color grading on it or whatever, but you know what I mean. So that's possibly an hour and a half at least of just this. I don't know, I'm all about experimental projects and weird out-of-the-box ideas, so I'm 100% for it. I just don't know if it'll be good. But you know what was good? Beau Is Afraid. And that shit was weird, dog. The Harmony Korine movie is slightly different because that's just a guy doing his own thing that he's passionate about under what I believe is his own production company. It's not a corporation who's desperately trying to make money. But A24 is a company, and I assume that they like money. So that's why it's kind of unbelievable that they gave Ari Aster $35 million to make this movie. He obviously did build up his brand quite a bit with his previous hits Hereditary and Midsommar, but I just cannot believe that a higher up at A24 read the script of Beau Is Afraid and said, yep, this will definitely make at least $50 million. Here you go, kid. Again, I love this movie. I am 100% in support of Ari Aster being able to do what he wants and create the art that he wants to make. I'm just worried that the pendulum swung a little too far because Beau Is Afraid has barely brought back $10 million in the box office. And obviously when it comes out on streaming, you will see a boost in the sales, but not enough to make up almost $25 million in losses. And that's not including the marketing budget. Usually budget reports don't include a movie's marketing plan, and that can sometimes be twice as much as the movie itself. We didn't see a lot of marketing with Beau Is Afraid, but we can still assume a couple million went into it. My hope is that Ari had enough brownie points with A24. They knew the risk going into this and are completely okay if it flops. Because the alternative would be that Ari Aster never gets to make a movie ever again. But I doubt that. For another example, we have Yorgos Lanthimos' upcoming film, Poor Things. It's a star... Link! You wanna say something now? But his upcoming movie, Poor Things, it's a star-studded cast with Emma Stone, Willem Dafoe, Mark Ruffalo. But it looks fucking weird, dude! Like, what is that? What in the world? Lanthimos' films have always had a bit of a strange twist to them, like The Lobster and The Killing of a Sacred Deer. But again, those were smaller films with budgets below $10 million. Poor Things has an estimated budget of $70 million. And it's being distributed by Fox Searchlight. I really hope it does well, but it would have to make $140 million at least in the box office to make its money back and be profitable. Yes, it has the draw of star power, but as we've seen, sometimes that's not enough. And again, my concern isn't solely about the money. That's not what art is about. My concern is that all of these companies are going to start playing it really safe and close to the chest if these high concept, huge budget movies keep flopping. And they're almost bound to when it comes to the logistics of it all. I mean, just look at the Flash movie. The movie made over $286 million, which is an insane amount of money, but the budget for it was over $300 million, not including the insane marketing they did. So they would have had to at least make $500 million to even be a little profitable. It's just so unrealistic. And if you're not including Marvel, Disney hasn't even made a profitable movie in years. They're just spending way too much. So yes, I do want to see more original and interesting films. But I also don't blame the people who didn't like Beau Is Afraid. It was a very avant-garde and non-traditional film, especially as a follow-up to two more standard horror films like Hereditary and Midsommar. And of course for companies like Disney, when they have an Endgame drop, it does make up for those flops just a little bit. But not all companies have that ace in the hole. And Disney and Marvel can't keep riding off this superhero hype forever. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Are mainstream movies getting too weird for the general audiences? Are these companies spending way too much money on movies that they're never going to see the money back for? Let me know in the comments and we can have a discussion about it. As always, thanks for watching the video. Please hit that like button and subscribe, and you'll see me in the next one. Peace!